is that cuteness? Is it baby Lila? What happened to your hair? Say hi. Mama. Hi everyone. So I just wanted to take the time to share my story with you. It's a little embarrassing for me, but I feel it's really important to share my story just in case somebody is going through what I went through. When it first hit me that I was out of shape, I remember looking in the mirror and just absolutely hating what I saw. My love handles were just out of control. I had cellulite all over my legs, all over my butt. And I started to feel really insecure, and I didn't even want my husband seeing me without clothes. So depression hit fast, and I remembered questioning, how did I get here? I was so used to people always telling me, you're so skinny, you don't have to worry about what you eat. My entire life, I've even had people tell me I was skinny, like in bad ways too. They're like, oh, you're so ridiculously skinny. So I never really saw myself as gaining weight or being out of shape or being unhealthy. Even though I didn't eat healthy at all, I just didn't see it because I thought skinny people are healthy, right? I mean, we're skinny, we got to be healthy. And I just remember how hard it was to see myself that way. And I got really desperate. And when I got desperate, I made really bad decisions, but it was the lack of knowledge and my desperation that led me to them. And the first thing I did was I started to starve myself. And it wasn't the starving yourself like, I just won't have this meal today. It was like I would eat like a rabbit. And I remember lots of nights going to sleep really hungry, having stomach pains. I never shared any of this with my husband because when you know you're doing something wrong and you don't want someone to stop you, you kind of keep it to yourself. So I was starving myself. I was doing lots of cardio, a lot of body weight exercises, whatever I saw in magazines. And I would do it religiously, and I wasn't getting results. And the more that I wasn't getting results, the more I took it extreme. And I started to eliminate so much food. I was eating enough to, I guess, function properly, but not even so much because I started to suffer from acne. I was always sick. I remember coughing at night all the time, coughing, and it was like I just wanted to go to sleep so that my stomach would stop hurting. So I would cough a lot. I had bad acne. I was so malnutrition just because I was not eating enough. When you don't have enough protein, your hair starts to fall out. So my appearance was getting worse and deteriorating rather than getting better, which obviously makes you feel even worse about yourself because now, you know, you still have those love handles, you still have cellulite, but now your face is full of acne, your hair is falling out, and you're always sick and you don't have energy. This is why this story is so embarrassing because I think of it now and I'm like, you dummy, what were you doing? Why did you do that to yourself? And I think the worst part about it was after putting myself through all of that, I still didn't have the body I wanted. I lacked muscle. I lacked definition. My butt was flat. If I put a pair of pants on, it looked like a pancake. Anything a little too tight would just squeeze me. I did not look at all close to what I wanted. So the depression never stopped, and it was always this constant trying to figure out, what am I doing wrong? What else can I do? And instead of doing the right things, I was doing the wrong things. Thankfully, I have a very supportive spouse who's all in your face and in your business. And he notices things and he addresses them right away. He's that type of person. If he sees something off, he likes to talk about it. And I'm the type of person like, I can't believe you just talked about that. Like, he just says it, whatever's on his mind, anything, he'll just say it. So, I mean, it's very good that I have him, even though sometimes it's kind of like, shh, stop saying things. But because of him, I feel that, you know, it didn't become a disorder, and I didn't continue those habits. Thankfully, I think it only lasted maybe a good 6 months, half a year, or maybe 8 months, 6 to 8 months. But he notices things really quickly, and I lied to him. I kept things away from him a lot. He would be like, oh, let's go eat Chinese tomorrow. And I'd be like, okay, well, let me plan around this. How can I not eat at all until we eat Chinese and then not eat at all again? Yes, I did that. And it's sad to think that I did that, but that's how I thought I would get results. And to not tell him and obviously show him, hey, look, I eat. But he's obviously started looking at my body, seeing my acne, and he's the type of person that he doesn't believe too much in you get things because it's passed down to you, it's in your genes. I mean, there's some things that can be, but like for instance, acne. When he saw that I had acne, and I admire him for this, he was the only person that was like, screw the products, doesn't matter what you're using, it's what are you're not drinking enough water, you're not eating enough, food that's high in vitamins. And he's like the first person to ever address what I was eating for my acne. So having him around really did help, and I think that because he already had background knowledge in the fitness world, he was a soccer player and he always worked out, that he was able to take me out of the rut that I was in and help fix my emotions and my body. And I think I owe it to him because he was as annoying as that little person that keeps saying, stop doing this, stop doing this, stop doing this, and you're just like, leave me alone, but you know it's the right thing to do. That's him. He'll keep saying it and keep saying it. He's like, I don't care if I have to sound like a broken record. Actually, his funniest saying is, because when I forget things, I'm like, oh, I forgot again. And he's like, you want me to punch you? Because it's one of those dramatic things that it's like, you're not going to forget if you got punched. Like, you're never going to forget this moment if I punch you. But it's just a saying. Obviously, he doesn't punch me, but it's just a funny saying that he's always like, if there's something I really want to remember, he says that. Anyways, that was kind of off track, but that's just a little bit more about him. And it's because of him and because of my story that I wanted to share this, because I feel like not everyone is as lucky as me to have someone like that. And if you're one of those people that just doesn't have someone in your life to be like, hey, what are you doing? Like, this isn't good. There's something wrong. Your face is full of acne. It didn't used to be that way. You might have lost weight, but it doesn't look good, or something's happening. So having someone like that to be able to push you is great, but if you don't have them, that's why I wanted to share my story, because I'm hoping that if you are currently going through what I went through, or you currently feel that way, that this kind of helps you out, because it's a horrible feeling and it's horrible to do this to your body. And I don't want you to have to suffer. I suffered for, I feel, a short amount of time. I feel like there are people who are probably suffering long term. And it's sad to see it. And as embarrassing as my story is, I'm hoping it'll help some people out. And if maybe you're not the one going through it, but someone else is going through it, maybe you can pass this along or share the information and help them out, because it is a dark time. It was very dark times. I mean, to go to sleep hungry and not tell your spouse and he has no idea what's going on and you're hiding it because you just hate your body and you feel like you don't deserve to eat. It's not right. It's pretty bad. And I really would hate to see someone going through it. And having baby Lila, it makes me want to talk about it even more and address the issue, because to have a daughter and ever feel that she would go through what I went through hurts me, and I'm never going to allow that to happen. With the knowledge I have now, I will always try to teach her the best way. I never want her to go through it, and knowledge is power. And once you have it, it's like, I think it's important for you to educate yourself in that case if you're a mom, because you really need to pass it to your kids. If you love your kids, you'll do that for them. And just kind of, I wanted to highlight what starving your body does to you. I know I vaguely said what happened to me, but what starving your body does is it slows down your metabolism. You destroy it. And once you slow it down so much where you're consuming so little, any time that you want to like just up your food intake because, your stomach just hurts so much, I just got to eat a little more, that's where you gain the weight. And then you tell yourself, I'm not eating that much. Why am I gaining so much weight? I eat like a rabbit. This person eats so much, and they're so skinny, or they look like this, and anything I eat just explodes right away. Well, it's because you totally slowed down your metabolism. You destroyed it. And that's why that happens. And another thing is you have malnutrition. I mean, you're not consuming enough protein, you're not consuming enough vitamins, so you're gonna either suffer from acne, you're gonna have a low immune system, so you're bound to get sick easier. Your hair and your nails, everything starts going bad, and it could probably lead to a disease or a worse sickness if you prolong it for much longer than I did. You never know what could happen. Everybody's different, but that's another consequence of it. And on top of it, it's your mental state that gets really hurt. Not only does depression kick in, but you've become afraid of food, and you have to teach yourself to understand that food is not so bad, and that's a really difficult journey to take. I think I think that's actually harder to fix than somebody who just loves food and that's why they gained weight. You just put them on a good nutrition plan, get them working out, and that's great. But somebody who's started to starve themselves and has learned to hate food or not want food, it becomes really difficult to get a person back on track. You have to work 3 times harder. And that's why my journey, my fitness journey, took so long, because lack of knowledge. I didn't know what I was doing and I kind of screwed myself up. So wanting to share this story with you is because I don't want anyone to have to suffer. And, I'm really proud to be able to say that I can eat now so much. A little personal insight, I eat about 2,400 to 2,600 calories a day. I am bulking. I am going up in sizes, and I don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as a great thing. So by seeing myself here, I know that I have completely passed that phase, put it behind me. It's long gone. When I look back, it's silly of me to see it that way. I didn't have a great body. I had a horrible body. So I feel like I've come so far, and because it's so far behind me, I've worked up the courage to be able to make this video and share this story with you so that if you are suffering or know someone who's suffering, you can pass the story along. And if you do find that you are suffering and you do need a little bit of help, I am here. I do have nutrition plans, and my nutrition plans are not rabbit diets. You get to eat. In fact, almost all my clients that have started nutrition plans are like, this is a lot of food. Like, are you sure I should be eating all this? Because it's not about starving yourself. It's just about finding the right foods for you and enjoying them and eating plentiful. Eat till you're full. And I think once you have the knowledge of what you need to consume, things become so easy, and it's a lifestyle. I would never change it because it's not one of those crazy diets where, you're starving yourself or you're doing low carb diets. You just get to enjoy life. You get to feel normal. And the best part about it, if you're a mom, is that once you change your lifestyle, your kid's lifestyle will be changed no matter what. I mean, you're not going to feed your kids McDonald's while you eat a healthy, nutritious meal, right? So if you go on to this diet, Lila eats what I eat. So if I eat bad, Lila eats bad. If I eat good, Lila eats good. So you're helping the ones around you, your loved ones. You're helping them make better choices when it comes to food, and they don't even know they're doing it. It's just, this is what we're eating today. So I do have plans, nutrition plans, fitness plans, if you do find you're suffering and you need help and you don't have that person. I honestly would have loved to have taken this route 7 years ago, 7 years ago when I first started my journey. It would have probably taken me 6 to 8 months to get where I am now, but because of everything I put myself through, it took that long. So knowledge is power, and I really hope that this video speaks to some of you. I hope it helps you. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'll make more. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And until next time, bye.